Hi guys, this is Sylheti Money here. Today I'm going to talk about Tullow oil and see whether it's a good investment or not. So let's start off with the CEO interview by OE Digital, and the title is "We Will Be Able to Repay the Debt." Now this is the CEO Rahul Dir, that is the new CEO, and he goes into saying that the Tullow oil MCAP is just under 600 million and the debt is 2.4 billion. Now 2.4 billion is a huge debt to pay. So let's look at what he said. So he goes on to saying that we'll be able to repay the debt, and we have lines of sight to say how do you get to 1 to 1.5 billion debt. So the target is to have the debt to 1 or 2 times EBITDA. So again, he's basing all that in at $55 oil. So I don't want to read the whole thing, it's kind of boring, and if you're interested I suggest you read this to your own DD. So the CEO is basically saying we got 2.4 billion in debt and we can pay it off, and he's targeting to reduce the debt by $1 billion to $1.5 billion, which will bring the ratio 1 or 2 times net debt EBITDA. So let's see how he's going to do that. So let's look at this one. So this is the article came again on OE Digital. Is saying Tullow oil to sell East Guinea Gabon asset to Panora for up to $180 million. So on my previous video I said they made a sale of Uganda asset for just under 600 million, and that is now complete, and this is the second asset they're gonna sell. Again, these are very small asset, non-core asset, and they're gonna sell this. So again, it's a positive sign that the CEO is taking action into paying that debt off. Now 2.4 billion is a lot of money, so if that deal gets complete they will get another $180 million. So 180 plus roughly 600 gives you just under 800 million in cash, which they can use to pay off the debt. So again, it's a very long article, very interesting. If you are invested or have planned to invest in Tullow, I suggest you read this. You should always do your DD. Do not trust any YouTuber, and anything I say on this channel is purely for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. So this is the CEO's plan to reduce the debt, and whatever he's saying so far, he's taking action. So these are the two things that he did since he came CEO. So by selling assets, he raised just under $800 million, which he will use to pay the debt off. Now let's look at something else, which is they just spudded in Suriname, near South America. So this is the news that came on offshore. Now Tullow is going to drill the Goliathberg-Wolfsberg North 1 exploration on block number 47. So they're going to drill 1900 meters down, or 6,234 feet, and they estimated that it's going to have something like 235 million barrel of oil at 34% chance of success, and it's going to take roughly 70 days, so expect some news towards mid-April. Now the block spans, well, in terms of kilometers, just over 2,300 square kilometer, and Tullow oil holds 50% of the block, and the remaining two partners hold 30% and 20%. Now if they find oil, they can easily sell this asset at a much higher premium to sell or to pay off the debt, basically. So again, this is something that I believe they might do, is my opinion. But generally speaking, around South America, $2 to $5 per barrel underground, that's the usual valuation. So they own 50%. So you do the calculation. If they found oil, they can easily sell the asset for, I would say, easily $300, $400, $500 million. Again, that's if they find the oil. It's nothing concrete. But remember, he based all the analysis at $55 oil. Now let's look at the oil price to get an idea whether he's going to be right or wrong. Me personally, I believe in the CEO. I believe he can do it because he has a lot of experience in that field, in managing companies that are under a lot of debt. So this is the oil price live. It's just over 63.5-ish dollar. So let's look at the 30-minute chart to give you an idea. So he, as you saw on the report, everything is based on $55, and he's saying he can pay off the debt. Now the oil right now is more closer to 65, so that gives you a $10 movement or $10 upswing. I personally believe the oil price is going to go much higher once we come out of the pandemic, the lockdown, and the world's going to go back to normal very soon. This is something I believe. So that should be reflected in the oil price. Me personally, I believe oil price is going to be in the region of $70 to $80 come summer, just about 4 months away, 5 months away. So that suggests to me they will be able to reduce the debt at much faster rate. So this is just my opinion. You do not have to believe anything I say, but let's look at the share price and let's look at the last 5 days, see what's happening. So their low was just 7 pence, just over 7 pence, and right now they're trading at 32, just over 32 pence. So I believe we're going to see some movement, especially now they are drilling. There's usually a hype when they do the drilling. If they find oil, then the share price gonna do very well. Generally it does. So in this case, I'm very bullish because I believe the CEO, and I believe they have the credibility to pay off the debt. So they already raised just under 800 million. If they find any oil in Suriname, they can easily sell that and probably raise another 300-400 million. So paying off 1 billion, 1.5 billion, I don't see that's going to be very difficult for Tullow. Now I believe I'm invested in that, so I believe they're going to do very well. As you can see from the chart, let's look at the 6 month. Yeah, it's a nice steady upward movement from here. So again, you should do your own DD and research. Don't believe anything I say. It's just this is my advice. You should always do your own research. But me, I believe they is a sleeping giant, because once the oil price goes back to normal, they produce 80,000, 85,000 barrels a day. I mean, it's a no-brainer. They should be able to pay off the debt. And just a few years ago, they used to be on the FTSE 100. So I don't see why they can't go back there once they pay that debt off. I mean, this is literally a cash cow if they were to pay off the debt. So again, this company used to pay dividend. Now they don't. Yeah, so if you think and believe the oil price or oil sector is gonna do well in the near future, this one is a must. You should put that on your watch list. And whether you buy or sell is up to you. Don't listen to me. This is just for entertainment purposes only. So if you found this interesting, guys, please help me by smashing that like button, and please consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date with the channel. So this is me, Sylheti Money. See you on the next video. Goodbye.